Hey, it's Thursday, time for another Action Figure Adventures video here on SEO Toy Review. Today, Baby Skeletor and I are taking a look at a Game of Thrones figure by McFarlane Toys. We've got Jon Snow. I'm going to throw out a general spoiler warning right here because I'm going to talk about Thrones while I talk about the toy. House Targaryen logo there. Interesting. Did they put that on all the packages? Or did Arya have the direwolf? Come to think of it, what would they have put on the Night King's package? Maybe that was just standard. Here we have Jon Snow out of the package in his outfit that he wore throughout Season 8. I'm just going to put it out there now. I don't think this face is a very good likeness to actor Kit Harington. Jon's hair is sculpted back in a knot here at the back of his head, tying up the loose ends. This was the way he wore his hair towards the end of the show. And he's got sort of his scruffy beard there painted on pretty well. It's actually sculpted in there, but is painted kind of spotty to help make it look thin. He has articulation at the head. It's a little bit stiff. The articulation point is actually below the collar of his outfit. It is not like up at the where his chin meets his head, which is typical in a lot of toy lines. His tunic and armor is made of a very rubbery material that hides a lot of the joints and things like that in the figure. He has a nice range of motion at the shoulders, at the elbows. He has a swivel at the elbow as well, and at the wrists he can rotate, as well as a little ball joint there that allows it to rock back and forth some. So there's a pretty nice range of motion with his arms. His upper torso is completely encased in that rubberized suit. He does have a little bit of a twist at the waist, but it's mainly down below the waist point, not up in the torso, not really like an ab crunch or anything like that. I can kind of flip up his skirt here so you can see the articulation and how it works. So he's got a rotation at the waist. He's got hip joints that work pretty well. I think this figure could probably sit on a horse if it wasn't for this rubbery material. He's got knee joints that include a bend and a swivel. Nothing at the boot, but he does have ankle pivot and rotation down at the bottom there. For accessories, Jon Snow comes with Longclaw, his Valyrian steel sword. It has the wolf head sculpted on there. It's not very white. They went a little heavy with the wash there on the claw, on the wolf on Longclaw, but the blade looks really nice. It is a pretty rigid plastic. He comes with a dragon glass dagger, which is actually translucent. It's a little hard to see maybe, but the blade is a translucent fogged, like blackish gray plastic. And Jon also includes a Game of Thrones figure stand. Here I've got Jon Snow alongside the McFarlane Toys Daenerys Targaryen, and while I like both of these figures overall with execution, neither one of them have great face sculpts. You can see that they did make the Jon Snow figure considerably taller, which is accurate, and I think that looks pretty good. I think they went pretty far with hiding spoilers with the accessories they chose to give these guys. This dragon glass dagger seemed like it would be important, but it wasn't, and really, it's a different knife Daenerys should be much more worried about. Here's the McFarlane Toys Jon Snow standing alongside the Funko Legacy Collection figure. Maybe Jon grew a little bit since his time on the wall. Obviously, he's dressed in different outfits here. I don't think either one of these guys has perfect head sculpts. I guess the McFarlane one looks a little bit more like the actor than the Funko, so maybe it's a step in the right direction. The point of comparison, I want to show off that the McFarlane sword is bigger than the sword that comes with the Legacy Collection figure, and that blade is way longer. They did do a lot more detailing on the Legacy Collection sword in that channel on the blade. It's just sort of a different color paint on the McFarlane sword. Well, that's interesting. I broke Longclaw trying to put it in Jon's hand. A little too brittle. Wait. Listen, Arya, I know you're capable. But this fight between me and the Night King has been a long time coming. You've got to let me do this. Okay, Jon. Be careful. I will. Hold it right there. I will not allow you to harm my brother Bran. I am prepared to fight you, man to man. You expect me to draw this icy blade and do something besides raise my arms in this series? Prepare to defend yourself, foul beast. Well, okay then. Ching, 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 Huh, Arya, I told you it was my fight. I'm sorry, Jon, but you were taking forever. It had to be a true-born Stark to do it anyway. Do me a favor and thumbs up this video if you like my writing better than D&D's version of Game of Thrones Season 8. Anyway, I think this figure is pretty cool overall. I'm pretty disappointed about my Longclaw breaking there. I'm going to have to try and repair that, and that kind of stinks. I think the overall look of the figure is pretty good. I think the head could use a little tweak. I'm not sure what it is exactly, whether it's the paint or the sculpt. It'd be really cool if he had a sheath for that sword the way the Funko version does, but I get it, and I think he looks pretty good. I do think it would have been a nice additional accessory for Jon to have come with the dagger that had the hilt that sort of matches Longclaw that he uses in the last episode. Thanks for watching this Action Figure Adventures video. Do Baby Skeletor a favor, hit that like and subscribe button.